What's going on, friends? Mike McFarland here, Lakeport Fishing Guide, sitting in my corner. And yes, I'm going to give you a report, a little rundown for March, March 15th. It's Monday. What an exciting day it was, let me tell you. Big Fish Monday. But before we tell you about today, let's back up a step. Go to the board and tell you about Saturday. The last time we talked was Friday. I did you a rundown on Friday. And the lake was basically on the rise, very, very slowly. So the level on Saturday was 402.74. The day before was 402.72, I think. They've closed the gates. The creeks and the groundwater are still flowing. So the lake is stabilized and it's on a creeping up rise. Remember, when the fish want to come in, there's nothing better than rising water or stable water. All right? It was game on. The mornings were a little cool and slow, but Saturday afternoon was an absolute beatdown session of the males, the small bucks. We did not have any big fish in the afternoon. The morning time, Mr. Weber, he caught a 5-pound slot fish, really nice one, on a chatterbait. In the afternoon, on the V&M chopstick, it was a beatdown, okay? Water levels reached 63 degrees. South wind blowing, pouring all that surface water, warm surface water into the back of a creek, which makes the bottom go out. Filled the whole back of the creek with warm water, and the fish knew it. That was Saturday. Everything pretty much the same, 0 to 1 foot visibility. We move on through Sunday, which I'm not having on this board. Yesterday we had weather. If you live here, you know it wasn't heavy. It was cooler. And we did have enough rain to add a little more level to the lake. So now we're 402.77. We're still on the rise. Awesome deal. That's what we want, okay? We're rising very slowly. Fish are coming in. Clarity the same, but this morning was a little bit cooler. Okay, we had lost about 5-6 degrees where we were catching them on Saturday. It was much cooler. Main Lake didn't lose a whole lot, but the backwaters did. Okay? Kind of irrelevant to what happened to today. All right? So at breakfast, I told the clients, listen, the morning cool trend probably has the fish a little bit slow. So what we did on Saturday with the V&M chopstick, Texas rig V&M chopstick, male buck beatdown, probably won't happen until the afternoon. So I suggest that we stick with catching a biggin. And they said, what's that mean, Mike? I said, well, we're going to make a milk run. We're going to run the shell bed points. We're going to run the special spots where we throw the line through swim bait. I'm going to talk to you a whole lot more about this later on in the week. I'll even do a rundown probably or a corner next Sunday that tells you exactly how I use this and what I use this on. But the line through swim bait is hard to beat for big fish. The 316 line through swim bait, tried, true, perfected, and been around for 20 years. This is the real deal right here. We put 3 giants in the boat today. Right off the bat, within 20 minutes of the start, boom, we get a new PB with Youngblood, YB, that's his nickname, and his last name is Youngblood. Sergeant in the military, retired sergeant in the military, catches an 8-pound, 8-ounce bass in new PB. When I had them start throwing this, I think they both looked at me like we were crazy. We're really going to catch something on that? Yes, we did. We proceeded to put 5 fish in the boat on that, 3 of them being giants, 2 of them being small, but our total weight for 5 fish was 27 pounds. An 8, as I said, an 8.5, and then a 6.8 were the 3 biggest anchors. So this bite's just beginning. All right, it's just the beginning of the not staging, pre-feeding females. They're coming to gorge and they're raiding these areas looking for food. They're also moving up in these areas for warmer, comforted water. They're willing to eat that big bait. Don't you think for a second that they won't. So the Goat Lake showed out today. It was really, really awesome. On a Christian note, I would like to share something to those of you that are following on behalf of that part of my fishing and ministry to you. At breakfast, it was really cool. We were talking about how you pray. And there's lots of things when you pray for yourself, you should ask for wisdom, and patience, and things like that. You don't ask for a new job. You don't ask for money. You don't ask for winning the lottery. You don't ask for a big fish for yourself. God knows what you need, and he'll give you what you need. But you do pray for your friends and your family and your wife and your children. And when you ask for somebody else, God's a whole lot more prone to answer that prayer. So when we talked about that at breakfast, Youngblood's buddy put his hand on Youngblood and prayed for him to catch the big fish, and Youngblood's the only one that caught him. So praise be to God. Thank you, Mr. Mark Pack. We were out there playing with your kids today. We caught the biggins on Lake Fork, the Goat Lake. Man, thank you guys so much for watching all of these rundowns. Sometimes I talk a whole lot, and I imagine they're probably too hard to watch the whole thing. But I love you for it. Those of you that are running into me everywhere on the lake and other places and thanking me, I throw it right back at you. Without you, there's no me. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Comment below. Find me on Instagram, The Lake Fork Guide on Instagram. That way you can see what's happening as it happens. Today, we posted everything immediately onto Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook. My business page is the Lake Fork Adventures Guide Service. Other than that, I thank you all once again for following. Thank you all so much for the support. God bless you, and I hope you all catch more fish. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide, giving you another Lake Fork Rundown.